We can do that.
That helps a little bit.
So, Tara, what are you asking for with this, since we're gonna add it to the agenda?
The same as every year. They closed 3rd Street for the parade from Midwest Bank to Cleveland Bank.
Did you want to get up here and talk about
I
that?
think she should.
So you can explain a little bit on 6E? Sure. Anybody want her to do that?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you?
All I'm doing is bringing it on behalf of the chamber.
Who's the chamber president?
Technically, Greg is the president.
Oh.
I just seem to do all the secretarial.
Is he coming? Is he here? Oh, then you'll fill in for him.
Did we,
Do they have?
last year, did we put out like pylons just with like no parking?
For the rest of the, for a few more
I
months.
haven't heard they hired
I don't know if
Then,
that's last year or not.
We will. We'll just have you read through this, what you want with it, and we'll.
Well, I don't even have a copy of this yet.
Run.
There's one right there.
Fire department block. And the
Yeah.
PD did.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And then you're asking also for the
Police
escort
to
to
use
start
it.
off.
And that starts at the caboose.
Holy cow.
We line up at the caboose and go down Morgan, we turn at 4th and up the pole,
Okay.
come up one block, go over, and then down. But none of the streets are blocked except for on 3rd Street.
Are the Lions having their soup thing?
That's this weekend.
Do they drive
Yeah,
out
they
by the
changed
nursing
that.
home or not?
They're having it this weekend.
We will.
Did last year.
If they're walkers, we don't. But
Sure.
yeah, the police usually,
They're gonna have
This is
bingo
where it's
before
drive.
and
Cool.
then the
And we go
soup
past
and
over.
bingo after.
When is this? On Saturday?
Bingo's free this-
Saturday after
25th.
Thanksgiving.
No,
25th.
soup supper is this
This
Saturday.
weekend. This.
The soup supper is this weekend, but the Parade of
Parade of
Lights
Lights.
Yeah,
is
it's on.
still the
Yeah,
same.
no one's approved.
How come they changed it?
I don't know if they couldn't get enough volunteers to do it, or if
Well,
the
they
site
had
wasn't
six
right, or
29.
something.
They
Is
added bingo, which is.
that what it was?
I better start sliding as fast as you talk.
Yeah, 'cause, takes all of this spice.
I got to drive in that parade last night.
Spice.
But if you push,
But you're implying it takes all that space for me to like get it.
to hold it.
make sure it's on.
George, stand up.
Not yet, it's not 6:30.
I know.
Well, I want to give him enough time.
I was just standing up so I didn't have to do it at 6:30.
All right.
We'll call to order the regular city council meeting for November 13th. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We should really find somebody to break this. Do we have any changes to our agenda?
Yes, we have a change to the agenda tonight. We're going to have 6E. We have a member of the Tracy Chamber that has an ask about the Parade of Lights that she wants to discuss with us. So we'll add that. Again, it'll be 6E.
Perfect. With that change,
Motion to approve is amended.
Second.
first and second, any, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Seeing nobody in the public, we'll just go right past that.
You want to say anything?
I got nothing.
Moving on to the consent calendar.
I'll make a motion to approve the October 23rd council minutes, approve municipal accounts payable and payroll without breakthrough beverage, approve the August 10th library board minutes, approve the January 17th planning commission minutes.
First and second, do we have any discussion on that?
I've just got a couple questions on the accounts payable. And one was, I see that we got our police squad listed then, and is everything under budget? Or in
Everything
budget?
so far is coming in just the way we expected it to, a little bit under. So we already ordered a little bit of the what's going inside of the lights and the bar. We're just trying to schedule that all out right now.
Yeah.
Chief Lichty's done a nice job with that, staying on top of it, making sure that everything's coming in correctly. We just don't know the timing on something like this, so.
And when is it gonna be ready for service then?
We don't know.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's good that it's in anyway. And then I just had just a small question about, I noticed that there's an item about the airport food for the fly-in. How does the airport come out on that?
That would be a Shane question.
I mean,
You're not asking specific numbers,
Just,
if
I
we
mean,
lose a little,
yeah,
lose a lot,
was it a
gain
good
little.
event again this year? We've never had a really
I can-
financial report.
I don't have all the details prepared for right now, but I would guess right around that 6,000 mark is probably what it brought in after sponsors, and
Okay.
we paid out the food and then the other costs. It could actually be higher than that, but for sure. So they do pretty well. It helps having the sponsors
Yeah.
where they didn't have before. So
Yeah,
otherwise, I think it was about $1,600 they made on average
yeah.
without
Okay.
the sponsors. So.
Yeah, no, great. Shane, as long as you're here, I just had one other question related to the airport, and that was, we're giving a refund to someone who'd been renting a hangar.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just curious, I thought that like our hangar rentals were for a period of time, like a year or?
So they're
how's that
quarterly.
work?
So he was only there for 1 month out of the quarter, I believe. So he just refunded because he already paid through December, but then he left 2 months early. So
Is that gonna affect anything that's going on at the airport as far as tail numbers or whatever?
no, but we're getting close to our minimum again. So we're gonna want to get another plane in there soon, but they kind of come and go in waves. So hopefully we see another one come back soon.
The accommodations didn't match the person that was left, or?
He ended up selling his plane,
Oh,
so
So they just like advertise that there's an opening out there, or how do people know that there's?
they usually just call us. It's done in the past, so.
Is there any place we could put in a notice that wouldn't have to pay like, a lot of money?
The only thing we can really do is post something out there on the board. Nowhere else other than
Can they do
Facebook.
it in that concerned citizen spot?
Can, but I mean, with just Tracy residents, it's not
Um,
not everybody has an airplane sitting in their front yard they need a garage for. So, say it's kind of a small group of people that you're targeting there. So,
It's a question I'll ask Volley tomorrow.
but it's something we could put on Facebook, and we have in the past
Yeah.
with vacancies. Then someone knows someone that knows someone, you can get it down the line. But mainly right now we have 3 that want to come in, but the hangars aren't big enough, so it's kind of our choking point. That's getting fixed soon.
That's
Yep.
changing.
That will change.
Yep.
that's not enough.
Thanks, Shane.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I had, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then do we have roll call?
Teagues,
Aye.
Arvisa,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes,
Dodson,
Yes.
Jones. Aye. Landay,
Aye.
Mayor Corman.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve municipal accounts payable for Breakthrough Beverage.
Second.
Any discussion on that one? Roll call, please.
Landay,
Aye.
Jones. Aye. Dodson,
Yes.
Schmidt,
yes.
Arvisa,
Yes.
Mayor Corman.
Aye. And then Tara, would you like to hop up there and talk about the parade lights?
Think of how jealous Pear will be.
I know. You know, he doesn't get the spotlight when he's here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. So, on behalf of the chamber, we're going to be doing our kickoff to the holidays on this Saturday after Thanksgiving again with the normal events. This photos with Santa from 11 to 1 and the holiday lighted parade at 6 p.m. Line up at 5:30 at the caboose. We're asking the city to help us by closing off 3rd Street from Midwest Bank to the Old Bank. We have some, if people want to watch it in their cars, they can, but we ask them to line up along Morgan Street because if they do it downtown, then sometimes it's hard for people to see, or we have kids running out in front of cars when we're trying to hand things out, so for safety. And then we ask for a police and fire escort again. So they start at the caboose, they take us down to 4th Street, they turn and go 1 block north and then go over to Midwest Bank and then go down to the Old Bank. If they're walkers, they just walk from the above the fold parking lot to the Old Bank, just that part of the route. So up and over and then back down. And then we will go out in front of Prairie View and O'Brien Court for residents there as well.
Nice.
And the photos with Santa will be at the library?
Nope, they will be, the library's not open that weekend. They're at Greenwood Nursery.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then we are doing a coloring contest to go with it this year. Midwest Bank is sponsoring Santa, and the Kiwanis will be handing out free books for all the children that attend.
That's nice.
So will there be anything in the paper before that we could maybe remind citizens? Because in the past, they've been allowed to park on the street, down
Well,
3rd Street.
they've been asked to not park on 3rd Street for will be our 3rd year that we're trying to get them off at 3rd Street, so it takes a while for people. But yes, the advertising starts this week.
So
And yep.
because you said they'd rather park
Like along Morgan, because we'll go along Morgan, or even on that block of 4th Street. It's just hard it's just those 3 blocks from Midwest. Is that 3? That's only 2 blocks from Midwest Bank to the Old Bank.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking, because that's where people, if they're going to stand and watch, they actually stand. So then they're standing out in front of the cars, and then you're trying to drive, and
So there's still plenty of opportunity for people to be in their cars. It's just 2 blocks we're
yep,
asking.
just 2 blocks we're asking for.
No parking on the street.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Do we need a motion or anything
Yeah.
for that? I'll make a motion that we accept the chamber's request for the parade of lights and block off 3rd Street for the 2 blocks necessary for it. And then get the police escort and fire.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion?
How do we, Shane, do you set up then those roadblock signs or whatever that we use for?
No, we've been utilizing the fire department, and
Oh.
just block them with trucks.
Okay.
So it'd be easier, you don't have to worry about having staff move them during the event, so
Okay, good.
it seems to work anyway.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Dobson,
Yes.
Tiggs,
Aye.
Landite,
Aye.
Ardisa,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Mayor Corner.
Aye.
And I'll talk to Chief Lickby about being on the same page, so I'll talk to him in the next couple of days.
For Mayor Council communication, we have benches and banners for downtown bump outs.
Okay, I'll take this one, Mayor. The benches, we're waiting for a bid, or at least some kind of idea of what a couple of benches would cost for the downtown area. We've got that in our budget, that $15,000 for uptown or downtown beautification. So we've got that in with Schmidt Welding right now, and they're putting something together where there would be a couple of benches where 3 people would fit on each one of the benches, and then possibly something into the back of where you lean up against that might have maybe an engine, something like that over there, something we could put right across the back. We're looking at prices now. They'd be made out of aluminum, I believe, and it'd be and then what is it called, Shane, where you not sandblasting, but
Powder.
powder.
Powder coated.
And we're just getting the prices on those right now.
Is there, if someone wants to in memory of? Do we have anything set up then?
We don't have anything set up on that. I mean, it's something that, you know, maybe for benches down the road, once these two get put up, we could do the next ones. That could be, you know, if we do them next year or the year after that even, if, you know, they're utilized well enough and it's something that we want to do, that's when I think we should go after a little bit of, you know, support or help. Because we've talked about that before too.
And they'll come down in the winter, so they're not in the way?
Those will be, yes, those will come down. They'll just get picked up and get moved to wherever we find a place for them.
George has a shed.
George has a shed that we can put those in.
So they're not going to be affixed to the sidewalk in any way?
We can, but you know, the heaviness of these, I don't believe that we would need to. I guess we could have them made that way. It wouldn't be that big of a deal to put something at the bottom of the claw of the foot where you could you know, put those right into the cement. I just don't know whether we need to or not, because we even talked about a little bit about where we put them and how we arrange them and that type of thing, so maybe they can move around a little bit. They're going to be quite heavy.
Yeah, that's a good.
They're aluminum, but they're going to be heavy.
Yeah, they'll be heavy.
Yeah, I was thinking of the, a few years ago when there were quite a few benches downtown put out by the businessmen, and there was a problem with some of those getting thrown into the street on occasion. So that's, if they're heavier, that's fine.
Well, we can take a look at that. I mean, that isn't something we need to know right now.
Yeah.
I'll probably communicate that through email with everybody and what they look like. And I know Seth has actually volunteered to help out a little bit for the design and working with DeSchmidt.
We'd be better off just using a chain or cable and leg and just one to hold it so they can't get it to the street, as to have things in the cement.
Depends on where
Yeah.
you want to put that.
Yeah, I agree with
Go
that.
back to the next year, you could go back and just loop it again and
We just want them off the street, you know, starting, you know, November, or maybe after the Parade of Lights, December, January, February, get them off the sidewalk so we don't have to mess with them with snow removal. Okay?
It'd be nice to have them down there for Parade of Lights.
Yeah, a couple of them, and we'll see how well they're used, and maybe we can expand them for different quarters from there. The couple more with the downtown beautification is the banners that you asked about. We've got the size of the banners that we put into a Minnesota company that makes banners out of the same thing you would put around a boat, something that's strong, will hold up to the Minnesota wind. So we got them looking at that right now for some kind of price on those. The prices that we have looked at for a couple other companies range anywhere from $75 to $125 per banner. And we'd have to decide, you know, how many, we have 40 light poles uptown. Do we want to put, you want to put on 20 of them? Do you want to put 20 banners up there? I think they would look nice. You know, we'd give you an example in first. Do you put them on every other one? Do you put them on every one? Then we have to figure out how we're going to put them up. You know, take them down and put the Christmas ones up, and then in, let's say March or April, you put the ones that stay up the rest of the year until the Christmas ones come.
I would think every other one would be plenty.
That's what I was thinking.
Not make it too cluttery.
Everyone would be a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff, when you're talking about banners and you're thinking about something that would not be up at the same time that the Christmas decorations are
No.
up, right?
Right,
Right.
exactly. And that gives me a little bit of help too on how many that we'd like, if everybody would agree to that. The 20 would be less expensive and maybe, and we just, and again, if we want to expand on those later down the road, next year, the year after, we can do that. We just need a design on them, and Shane and I have been working on that with a couple of companies. We'd like to keep it on the Minnesota company, just for the fact that they're going to know about the wind and the cold and everything else that we have that goes on around here.
Right now with the boxcar day ones, do we do those every other, or do we do those on every pole?
They're every other in a couple streets. There isn't many left.
Okay.
Any thoughts on what you'd like on those banners, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we... Keeping them the same is probably going to be depending on the company that we work with, because you're going to have to pay for the design, and you don't want to pay for the design for these two and pay for the design for the next three. And so We'll be able to come back with some, we just want to use that during this year's budget is where we have it budgeted, so.
I think we should stay with the train. You know,
I
I
agree.
understand with the murals if they're wanting to go a little different direction there or not. But I think as far as our advertising for our city, I think we want to stay with the same,
The front of the,
yes.
A logo.
or
That's-
something to that effect over there. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. Stick
And I
right.
think we want to order, if we need 20, I think we want to order 25 or 26 or something so that there's a couple extra for wear and tear or whatever reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Jeff, you mentioned the Christmas decorations. Are they holding out okay? I mean, are they going to last a while, a few more years yet?
We'll see here in at the end of this week, to see if when they get put up, they'll be put up on Thursday and Friday this week.
So the banners, I actually found the company that we originally got the Christmas banners from in 2008, when those poles were put up. So it's the same material those are, and we haven't really had any of those rip. We've had them come untied and, you know, they flap in the wind, you have to tie them back, or we've had them come off periodically. You get a 40-mile-an-hour wind. There's nothing to stop it in the wintertime. So hopefully they'll do the same. The only difference is, you know, they've lasted since '08, but if you're going to leave them up, you know, they're only up from end of November, mid-November to, you know, first part of January. So, you know, these are going to be, they're going to see a lot more sunlight. You'll probably have more fading in them, but, you know, the other ones look pretty good yet for the months they've been up. So you expect to replace them more often, but
How about though the rest of the main Christmas decoration? How are those holding up? Is that something we need to be looking at for in our budget in the next?
I would say the next maybe 5 years. Could look at
We've had
that
these now for quite a while.
since the poles were new. So the wreaths and garland and the banners are all the same age. And we do have a few extra, but like we've had to get rid of like one garland and one wreath over the years that was beyond repair. I think it got ran over, but they take a beating
We
too.
can take a look at those when we put them up this Thursday and Friday, and then really take a look to see if we need to put that into the budget.
Even
how
like
many
in
years
the
down road.
5-year plan, put it
Yep.
in down at 4 years. If we can push it out to 5, then we can move it. But so at least it gets on the capital plan.
Capital improvement plan, yep, sure.
Yeah, and I can see what it'd cost to, I'm assuming, I don't know, I haven't heard any complaints on how they're decorated now, but I'm assuming that's something they'd want to stay with, or do you have
I think
any,
they look nice.
else have any opinions on?
We'll see who's on the council in 5 years.
Just for budgeting, just so you know what to look for in a budget.
Yeah, it'd be good to know.
Oh, you got what? You got room.
Okay, and then the last piece of that would be just to talk one last time about the bollards, and I think we've got a couple of the comments that a few of you have made with the potential of putting a couple of the bollards up, so we want to have a little bit of an idea of what the council is thinking about those. I put a picture in front of every one of you. That's the Springfield, I believe. So that is with putting 4 of them on each one of the bump outs. Just looking for a little discussion, a little bit of direction with that, please.
Are they lit?
Yes.
Springfields are.
You can have them with lights on.
It looks
but they
like there's
cost more.
lights, yeah.
Yep.
We wouldn't want to do anything with actual electricity running through them, because then you're digging it up, then you're putting
Yeah.
you're running lines, everything else, and
Use
solar, yeah.
Well, as I said at a previous meeting, I really like them. I think they bring a benefit of aesthetics. They look good, and then they have a safety benefit also by defining the bump out where the street is, so people are less likely to drive over the curb, and they define the crosswalks. So I just think it'd help finish our downtown.
Seth, it pains me terribly to disagree with you, although I agree with you on the point of defining the crosswalk and maybe helping keep people off of the curb. But I looked at the ones in Marshall and I just think they look like a pain in the butt for snow removal.
Well, they must get by, and you have to think of those bollards there 365 days of the year, and how many days do we have snow that we're removing? Okay, 50, 60?
Don't talk to Shane about it.
Yeah, but, it's something to consider, but I shoveled sidewalks at the headlight for over 30 years too, and I don't think that it would be an insurmountable task.
There you go, Shane, you got your Ballard sign.
No, and then
shoveler.
my thought on it, like Jerry was saying, and you notice when you're coming down 3rd Street down by the bank, I would think if we just put 2 there just to define like where the corner is, and if they're lit, you're going to see it when you're coming down, and then just put 2 on this end of this, down by the old bank and the post office, just to define those corners that yes, you are coming into the downtown area. Because my thought was like on the main intersection here in the corner, if you have planters and benches or whatever there in the spring, summer, fall, then they're gone in the wintertime and it doesn't slow down the snow removal at all. That's just my thoughts on it. I've talked to people in Springfield about these, and I've talked to people in Marshall too, and they're all kind of like, I don't get it.
Well, and especially ours isn't going to be with electricity, so at nighttime,
You can't light them.
But yeah, these would be solar. You can get the solar ones.
yeah, do you have solar stuff at your house as to how long that solar power stays lit as far as people coming down the street?
I got lights around my house that are solar.
Yeah, actually, the solar things, they work really well.
I mean, I guess I'm not for them, and I'm sorry, Seth.
That's fine. It's a free country.
I know, we all have our own opinions. I'm not sold on them. Driving down Marshall, I don't see where they offer any aesthetic reason or purpose or anything. I think the stuff we're looking at would offer more aesthetic than these posts or poles or bullards or whatever you call them. If we were going to put them, it would be not here. It would just be at the 4
The two
starts
ends.
of it, saying this is coming down Main Street. Because coming up to the bank corner there, that does sneak up on you. That all of a sudden out comes that bump out. But I don't see where it's going to make that much difference out here at the 4-way stop. If people are going up on it, they're going up on it because they want to go up on it, because there's enough street lights and everything to show it's there.
Actually, I think that idea would be a really good compromise. Hopefully, well, we won't all get everything we want, but it would be something. And I guess if we find the ones at the extremities are successful, maybe we would change our mind. But I really would want them lit. I think that's important. And if we were to worry about people climbing up on the curb because they don't realize where it's at, let's just say it's a... so is there anything, Shane, that would say we couldn't do some reflective paint or...
Well, they could put reflective stripes on it.
Well, it's
But wouldn't
covered
it
up
be
in the
winter?
snow. That's
It
the
wouldn't work
problem.
in the snow, but
Yeah.
Well, let's move slow on this. I think I think it'd be more work than it's worth to have in the winter. But if we put 4 up and it works, okay. If it don't work, then we know we don't want to get any more.
Well, I think it's one of those. It's a start. We start with that. We got benches coming. It's like, okay, now next year we like out on the main center we add like some flower pots of some type, a couple more benches, and just start building on it. And, you know, if we find out these bollards are the greatest thing ever, it's like, well, then we can start putting more out. Or if we find that most people consider them absolutely useless, we can get rid of them.
Or not get any more.
Or not get any more.
How much are they?
There were $600 for the ones that were just posts that matched the street lamps out here. But I don't remember, Shane, did we see which ones had, or what the cost was with the ones that had, that were solar? I don't remember that one.
I don't remember us being told the solar option. I thought it was either wired or without.
Yeah, they're either hardwired or not lit. They don't have a solar option for that style.
I was gonna say, I didn't
Which is
remember.
too bad. I like the solar option.
But
Maybe we could make our own, get patented.
I'm sure there's a kit out there, but I don't know how to make it look decent. It'd be a little interesting.
Because if it doesn't have the solar option, then at night, you're not gonna see them to protect people from hitting that bump out anyways.
Well, you will, there's street lights. I mean, not as well, but you will see them. With the rest of the council, I like Dave's idea of two by the bank and post office corners each. Would the rest of the council be willing to consider then an addition, just 4 at the Morgan Street intersection instead of the 16 that were discussed at the last meeting?
Where would you put the 4 at?
Would be 2 down there, it'd be 1.
On the bank side,
No,
one
he's talking
on.
about on Morgan Street here.
Morgan and Third.
Yeah,
So
like
you'd
right
have
here,
one
he's
on
talking.
each corner.
Well, I don't think
By each
the one on
crosswalk.
each corner is gonna look very good, is it?
Well, I was trying to be,
If that's what, if you're trying to get so people see the bump outs, you almost have to have one on each corner.
Or more.
I thought you weren't doing on Morgan.
Let's do each end and see how it goes,
Yeah,
and then there'll be
I'm-
another year to order.
Do we have the problem with that street, with that corner? People turning off Morgan, coming down Third Street?
It's not a through intersection.
I mean,
like
I
this
don't
one
know
is.
if there's that problem at that intersection. The main intersection, I think there's a problem is Roland,
When you're heading
Roland
south,
and Third.
when you're heading south, the visibility is tough. When you're heading north, it isn't too bad, but south is hard to see because you're coming from a darker area to a fairly lit area when you hit the 200 block of 3rd Street. If you're heading downtown from the north.
Okay, so if we're gonna vote, we need to make this very clear what we're voting on. So if it's gonna be the corner of Roland and Third is one of them, we would want one by the crosswalk by the bank, and then one by the crosswalk by
Across
the home there.
Yep.
Is that what we're
well,
talking?
I'd
Two?
suggest 4 at that corner. There's 4 crosswalks at that
I
intersection.
think 2 on each corner would probably look better than
It'd be
just
balanced.
one. You know, one, like you said, one at both crosswalks and across the street, the same thing.
And the crosswalks this way,
Both
right,
ways.
I would say?
Both ways. It'd be going from the bank across Third Street and then the bank across Roland Street, correct? Or are you talking, I mean, see, that's.
Kind of like these two on both sides of that stop sign. You can see one here and one there.
Then you're gonna need 8 of them down there.
Well, we get rid of these over here, so just the ones closest to the corner.
You're gonna need 8 of them. If you do 2 on each side of the, I mean, 1 on each side of the crosswalk.
4 down there and 4 down there, 8 of them, yes.
No,
Because there's not a bump out on the opposite side of the street. It's just on the south side of Roland, right?
Yep.
We wouldn't put one
oh yeah,
on the
because the
north
bank
side.
doesn't have one on that side, so you're not gonna put them by the crosswalk over there?
There's no bump out really to signify, to
Signify.
worry about it. And
Yeah.
I like the idea that you're entering into the business district from both sides, kind of at least starts that process.
Roland's, the curb line on the south side of Roland is straight across in the intersection, where it only bumps out to Third, where the other ones downtown bump out on both roads on the intersections, other than South Street. So south is still straight, but it bumps out into Third Street on that end too. Quarter circle instead of a half.
I think I got to
Quarter.
look. I'm not making decisions. So. I think it'd be helpful to look. Take a
Set
look
some
at it.
cones down there. You can move them around where you want them.
There you go. Get some
Well, you
cones.
know what, you did that for us, because we are a visual group. With Center Street, you put cones out there to show where the bike path was going to be, as far as narrowing the street and everything. Maybe we just need one day that you say, okay, these cones are out there, go look at them, and then email Jeff or whatever with your thoughts.
And bring it to the next council meeting.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Before we decide to buy 8, 10, whatever, just see what they are.
What was the ordering timeline to get those?
I think they are 3 months out.
Well, at least we'll miss the first winter then.
They bill us for
There's no
Turning into
They
them.
probably would.
Yeah.
it. That's what we want, that's the thing I'm looking at.
Yeah, I know it was at least 8 weeks, if not.
I don't
Yeah.
think we'll put them in yet this fall. So,
Yeah, put them in the spring.
yeah,
No, it's
you got
because
more.
you wouldn't
yeah,
see them till the end of January anyway.
You got one more year of unobstructed snow plowing. I wish we could make our bump out this size too. That would have been nice.
There are some
Well, we
solar
can.
bollards out there.
Yeah, just not this style.
Yeah. They wouldn't match the light poles, but
Right.
We don't want to do that though. They're not going to match.
All right.
they're just out there. I was just looking.
How bad?
When will we be able to get those cones if they're just?
I would rather have them be solar.
Put those out there,
I'll have them up by noon tomorrow. How's that
Okay.
sound?
you can take a look at them by noon
Oh,
tomorrow.
perfect. We can all
How
look at
long
them
will
even
they
on our
stay
way
up
here to the
then?
meeting.
As long as no one steals
Tomorrow
them.
night, that's right.
Okay. I
We
don't
can
know
all
how
look
big-
at them on the way to the meeting tomorrow night. Isn't it still light out at 5:30?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's still,
It's light enough, we
Basically.
should be able to see a cone.
yeah.
Yes, because they kind of reflect.
Yeah.
Might have some 4-footers.
Because, hey, that's,
We should be able to see a cone.
that
You
is,
still have a whole bunch
That's
of
like the
them?
bollard height.
If we can't see a cone, we don't.
Do you have them by
know.
the shop still, or did they come get all those?
that's our test.
No,
for
there's
the
still
bump
some
out.
there, and they're rental cones. So
There you go.
Yep, as long as you leave them up till the meeting tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
And
I'll
we'll
get them
bring-
put up in the morning.
All right, and then we'll bring that back for a vote then next on the 27th.
So how bad do the ones look, how different do the ones look that have solar on them than ours?
Well, it's just a pole like this high, and the top part like that is just the light part of it, and it shines down.
So what is the
There's
base
a
of it?
cap on it. It's just like a solid tube.
Yeah, there's
They're just
no-
a tube.
Bring some ideas.
We know
So
for
nothing
sure this
like
company
fancy like
doesn't
this, right?
No.
Let's turn this over to the
We
chamber.
know for
That
sure they don't.
yeah, they sent me
Yeah, let's
the
do
build
that.
sheets on them. Those are their only 2 options.
Batteries.
Did she say yes?
She did, I saw her shake her
It's the other
head.
thing to worry about too, especially in the winter, is battery life.
All right.
Okay, we can do that. We can bring any kind of information. Shane and I can bring all that information on the 27th so we can get, so we can order those as soon as we can after that, so we can get them paid for this year. So.
Perfect.
Okay. Any other comments with those 3? Any other questions with the benches, banners, and bollards? BBB.
Bruce.
All right, Mayor, would you like to read B or would you like me to?
You can.
First reading, B would be first reading amended section 4.4, subsection 9 of the city code to allow the city council to establish guidelines, standards, and procedures for the deferral of payments of special assessments, and then call for the public hearing November 27, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. This would be the, because we remember we changed the the standards of the deferments for the special assessments.
We're basically eliminating the ordinance that's out there,
Yeah, and then,
is all we're essentially doing.
And then leaving the last paragraph or adding that paragraph that just gives
Yep.
us the power to decide in the future.
any questions with that? And we're gonna go over the three that we have at the end of the meeting tonight, so.
Do we need a motion on this guy, or?
To call for the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to have a public hearing on the city code to allow city council to establish guidelines and standards and procedures for deferral of payment of special assessments on November 27th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Arisa,
Yes.
Landay,
Aye.
Teigs,
Aye.
Jones,
Aye.
Dobson,
Aye.
Mayor Corman.
Aye.
Mayor, I'll take C also, call for special council meeting on the 27th at 5:30 p.m. That's when we had decided as a group that we're going to go over my progress, the EDA position, and go over also a little bit of the preliminary ending budget. I just don't want, since I'm not going to be here on the 11th, I'd like to go over the budget. I'm going to have Tyler here that night. I'd like to go over where we were looking at, what we're looking at, some of the places that we found to save a little bit of money. I just wanted to show you that so you can actually take a look at it before you decide what's going to happen on the 11th. We'll give some our opinion and also just give you a little bit of an idea of where we would like where we should go. But I'd like to do that ahead of time so Tyler doesn't have to and Shane doesn't have to just spring that on you on the 11th. Over the next couple of weeks, that goes along, or over the next week or so, that goes along with that. You would give me a little bit of leeway with a couple of the employees, but I just plan on communicating that part of it with you by email. There won't be any decisions made. I'll kind of already have made those decisions. I'm just looking for opinions. And I'll make it real clear in the email that I'll send you. I might even just give you a call also, each one of you. Okay?
Is that hour going to be enough time?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. That's why I'm kind of doing the employee part of it, just by email, since I can make those decisions, and then we don't have to take our time with that. We'll already know what we're going to be able to do, or what we are going to do. I'll have it organized enough, or Tyler and I will have it organized enough where you'll have sheets in front of you that shows you where we got the numbers, and it'll be easy to understand.
This on the 27th?
That would be on the 27th at 5:30, so it'd be an hour early.
Prior to our other special.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Jane.
Prior to our other special meeting.
Prior to the
Just
regular.
normal
To the
council.
norm.
Yeah.
So the regular council meeting, yes.
Oh, okay.
Or are you talking about the public hearing?
I think she's talking about the public hearing.
Well, it's just the public
Well, it
hearing
is,
is just the beginning of the council meeting.
Okay, got it.
That sound all right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good.
Motion on that also, please.
I'll make the motion to schedule a special council meeting at 5:30 on November 27th. Do we need to know what discussion is going to be, or just a special council meeting?
Yep.
All
Because
right.
it'll be open to the public also.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Landay,
Aye.
Jones,
Aye.
Dobson,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Arisa,
Yes.
Teigs,
Aye.
Mayor Corman.
Aye.
Mayor, I might as well take D also, Resolution 2023-110, approval to sell content of old liquor store. So I've gone through that with a number of people now in getting opinions, and Shane and I are actually in there today. I can't tell you how many items that we would be for sale out there, but there is a small list in your notes. Just be patient with what we have. There's not anything of large value over there. I mean, there's some nice things over there that I think we can get some money for when we put it out there. We still haven't figured out how exactly we're going to do it, but as we take it out of the old liquor store, we'll take a picture of it, and then we're probably going to store it in the back here, just until we figure out how we want to put those pictures online and how we want to sell them. We're not going to get rich off this by any means, but there are some nice items in there that can be sold from the old liquor store. There are some nice items.
What about the patio furniture?
That was all sold in a previous silent
Most
auction.
of that was already sold.
Yeah.
Oh, the patio furniture has been sold.
I think, isn't there still a
Because
little
the
bit of
guys
some?
brought in picnic tables, not last Labor Day, the Labor Day before or something, didn't you? For people to sit in, to eat from the Midway. Because
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
furniture is gone.
Yeah, wasn't that
Maybe one
5, 6
table and
years?
chairs.
No, I think those were inside, and if I remember right, there was something wrong with the part of it. So,
So then did the Bonnie and Clyde's buy it?
don't remember
No,
where they went.
No, that was before they put any tables out
I think
there.
those tables that you see set out there, they're tables, Bonnie and Clyde's or the old bank, and they were just storing them there with the city's permission, as I understand it. I mean, sometimes they were sitting there on the patio, but all of those tables and umbrellas and all that stuff, that was sold in that silent auction 5, 6, 7 years ago. I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Right after it closed.
Yeah.
Okay, do you need,
Yeah, we do need a motion, and I know it's an open motion just for the fact that we don't know what we're gonna get out of there. We have a lot of cleaning out that needs to be done. We are gonna order a 30-yard container that we're gonna put out there that we feel that we're gonna be able to fill relatively easily of all the things that are just junk.
where, is that going out in the alley or?
Yeah, we'll probably put it in the back here, and then we can haul it out the back door. We plan on doing that next Tuesday for anybody who wants to stop by.
My back hurts.
It is
So
back.
does the seniors, is there anything in there that's senior dining or that kind of stuff?
Yes,
Did they give
senior
their stuff
dining has
out?
already gone through there, Mayor, and has put a piece of tape on it that things that they want to save.
Okay.
And there's some things in there that have some value also that kind of nobody knows who put it there, why it's there. We're trying to figure that out.
What's the timeline for those being removed then?
Well, which one? The senior dining, that's what, we want to set that tonight. We'd like to, see what is a good time. We need to get it out of there. If we're gonna tear down the building, which now we've been told by most everybody that building is not going to make it. Like it or not, it's not going to make it. So we gotta get everything out of there before, and this is just a start where we can get the stuff that we can sell out of there. We can get the junk out of there, so then the only thing that left in there would be the senior dining stuff or things that possibly we could use in a new community center if one exists. And we're planning on having Bollig go through there tomorrow also.
So what kind of a time frame are you looking at getting it torn down by? Are you looking next spring?
It'd be spring now.
Yeah, it's gonna be spring before we get in there to do it, but we feel that we found a way with a few of the savings that we have that we're gonna be able to budget for that money to get it torn down in 2024.
Well, I was just
That's
wondering
the
about the time frame, because then we can go from when you're thinking you're gonna tear it down to set the date for senior dining.
We don't want to wait
I
that
would,
long.
I would think
Give
we
'em a
want
month.
everything out of there by like December 15th.
Give them a month.
So, in order to tear it down, we have to have an asbestos company come in there and inspect the whole building. And to do that, everything has to be out because a lot of it is floor tile. There's maybe some pipe insulation there, but mainly floor tile, and it's around the bar, and that's where all their stuff is. So it's going to be expensive having them have to move it all to get everything cleaned out of there, so.
But if we get it cleaned out, they can do their.
They can do their
testing
thing,
anytime, can't
and
they?
then it'll be ready to tear down.
So if we want everything out by December 15th, does that work into your guys' schedule for what you could, the stuff we're gonna keep?
I think we should give them a couple more weeks past that. I hate
End of
to
the
say
year?
that, but yeah, end of the year would be a lot better, because we're gonna have to figure out how they're gonna get it all out of there. I know it's not my problem, but it's.
But it kind of is. I think we need to work with them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So just.
And I have been working with them, we had them over there, so they know what they want to keep and that type of thing. And I think we need to have a few of them go over there again, and just to make sure to go through it.
Well, and have they been informed that they're gonna need to look for a place to store?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. I've given them a few suggestions too, and there might be another place that I gave to them today that might be a place. Yeah, it's hard to find a place to store things.
It is, and that's why I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we are working with them,
Yeah.
because to find a place and then also the manpower to move the stuff.
There's a fine line between what's junk and what's not junk, and we don't want to throw anything away that can be used down the road that'll save us money, but we also have to know that the stuff that's been sitting over there for how many years now, that it's time to get that thing cleaned out and get it taken care of. I think it was mentioned here before, we have a hard time as a city enforcing some of the code violations on residents when we have our own code violation.
I would think by the end of the year, at least as, and if it can't be done by then, I'm sure that they'll say we can't get it done, and we might have to delay it till the end of January or whatever, but I think putting a timeline to it will address the issue of how much really is salvageable and how much it would be nice to keep but has no real value to it.
Well, it'd be nice for them to start now moving it before the snow, because it's going to be a whole lot
Exactly.
easier moving it now versus.
Sooner the
when
better.
snow comes.
Yep. So if we could have the motion that would take care of the resolution and set the deadline both.
So I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-110 to sell the contents, and then I'll just say set the deadline for having the building emptied out by December 31st.
I'll second.
Any other discussion before we take a roll call? Okay, roll call, please.
Tiggs,
Aye.
Arvisu,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Landine, Jones,
Aye.
Robson,
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
Aye.
Under mayor and council communication, I do want to add one real quick thing, is we found out today that our city attorney, Matt's father passed away unexpectedly here in the last week. He was 67 years old, and had a very, very short battle with cancer. So I am going to get a plant from the city council in the city of Tracy and sent to his office, since we missed we just found out today when we had talked to him about something down here, so. Very, very young.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Our condolences go out to his family.
Almost a baby.
Yeah.
So we'll put that in we'll put it from the city council, and I'll get that
Perfect.
taken care of right away in the next couple of days.
Thank you.
New business, city administrator, resolution 2023-106, accepting donations for Central Park improvements. There is two donations there, one for $100 and one for the $10,000. If we could get approval on those for the city park, for the Central Park, I'm sorry.
So that's
Oh,
new,
that's nice.
because
Just hasn't been
we had that a while back.
Just must have not have been approved when it was brought up. Is that what I'm assuming?
I think this might be additionals.
$100 is new,
Okay.
and I believe that the 10,000 might be as well,
I think it is.
because they accepted it there, they didn't realize that there needs to be resolution, so I don't know at what point that 10,000.
We had one $10,000 donation a year or two ago.
This is a new one.
So that would mean we'd have double that?
I think so.
That would be nice.
Oh, that's a nice gift.
Both of them
Okay.
anonymous.
So when they accepted it though, they knew to put it in the defined fund?
Yes, yes.
We do, yeah, it's marked clearly, yes. It's restricted to that.
Yep.
Which makes it where it's easily forwarded over from one year to the other.
Well, as a member of the park board, I can't stress enough how grateful we are at this very generous donor, because this is going to improve our chances of applying for that state grant for the new playground equipment. Every little bit helps, but $10,000 is more than a little bit, so
Yeah, that's
thank
nice.
you.
Very nice.
That was very nice.
I will move to accept resolution number 2023-106, resolution accepting a donation to Central Park to be used for master plan park improvements.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Jones,
Aye.
Dobson,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Randall,
Aye.
Arvizo,
Yes.
Teagues,
Aye.
Mayor Corn.
Aye. Yeah.
I told her something I wanted to ask, but she went so fast I couldn't get it out.
Okay, Mayor, we have the last few things we have in here. We've got number 2, resolution 2023-107, deferring special assessment Wayne Gordon for the assessment on the, I think all 3 of these are on the Center Street project.
Yep.
Yeah, so we want a motion, a second, and a vote on each one of these individually. I will tell you that I went to each one of these houses and there was more of them on this list, but they did not make the cut of what the rules are for it. And so it boiled down to these 3, and all 3 of these had one of the 3. And remember, it was over the age of 65, disabled, and then it was also veteran that was disabled, and it was just the income level. So there was all 3 of these were made a couple of the levels. So
did they have to request it every year? Is that what that's saying?
yeah, that's what we're worked on with Matt. That's the reason we called Matt tonight.
Okay.
Dave is just to talk to him about that. So we're going to be talking to the assessor's office tomorrow or the next day to get a little bit of he thinks that once we ask the assessor's office, they're going to say it's going to be up to us or up to them. So what we plan on doing is I'm going to talk to the 3 of these over the next week, and he thought that was a good idea just for me to give him a call and tell him what's going to happen. And then Diane has it on her calendar for next November 1st to send the letter out that would have the attachment, so they have to fill it out again.
It's nice we have that reminder, because it's like it would
Yeah.
come and go and you don't even think
And
you.
actually, we'll get the information out to them in September so that they have time to fill it out, get it back to us, and then we can have it. for
I was
the
just going to say,
certification.
that's kind of a quick turnaround to that. Okay.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-107.
Second.
Anybody have discussions on these? Roll call?
Jones,
Aye.
Teagues,
Aye.
Arvizo,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Randall,
Aye.
Dobson,
Yes.
Mayor Corn.
Aye.
And I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-108.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jones,
Aye.
Dobson,
Yes.
Randall,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Teagues,
Aye.
Arvizo,
Yes.
Mayor Corn.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-109.
Second.
And I'll call roll call again.
Arvizo,
Seeing how fast you can write.
Teagues,
Aye.
Dobson,
Yes.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Randall,
Aye.
Mayor Corn.
Aye. And unless anybody else has anything to add,
I just wanted I forgot to point out, tell Shane, good job, and the crew from the city and Dale Johnson's crew got, I don't know if you've been out behind the fire hall and over by the food shelf, but they've repaved that. The missing concrete's been repaired, so the entrance to the food shelf is all safe again, and it looks nice. That really looks nice. Do we know what, I'm just curious what that costs for paving that through there?
The paving was 32,000.
Okay. Now, where do we work that in? Is that just,
Road maintenance.
is it? All right.
We're still, I have the lease that we finally got taken care of that we will get over to sign tonight, and then we'll get it over to UCAP, and then they were going to be taking care of the permanent fixes on it.
Right.
With the 5-year lease that we got.
What are the cones doing on the other alley, though?
I don't know whose cones those are.
I don't know if they had them up when Midwest was doing they had Bobcats and whatever out there working on the landscaping, and I thought maybe they forgot them, or I didn't know if it was you guys or who. All right. All right.
You're going to be out
Store 'em.
in the corners.
Yeah, they're in the corners tomorrow morning.
Why do we have bollards back here in this alley? I have nothing else.
I have a question for Shane. I just don't remember that were we able to get that plugged, was it a sanitary sewer running from the building out under the trees here in the front?
Yes, that's done.
Yeah, they had.
Oh, thank you
Yep.
very much.
We did that
I just don't remember when it happened.
About a
early
month-
August,
about a
late
month
September,
Oh, okay.
somewhere in there.
or two.
So kind of recent.
So that being said, when they have their things going on in there, we shouldn't have no backup.
Shouldn't, based on camera footage. The only thing to look at, and I don't know what this historical grant all encompasses, but the sewer's all cast iron. It's still in good shape. The problem is with cast iron as it ages, well, you know what rust is. It's real rough surface. Nothing slides through there as good. And it's only a 4-inch line leaving the building, so maybe something to look at, maybe getting lined, so we don't have to pound out the floor and dig 8 feet down through the building.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of be what the school's doing now with theirs, but everything looked good on as far as, there's nothing collapsed, nothing separated. There was no dirt sitting in anywhere, so we should be in good shape as far as structurally with the sewer in the building. Outside, we found it was about half full of soil and in a sewer, but the tree did have some pretty substantial roots around it.
The trees must have stopped it, so then it backed
Yeah.
up.
So from the footing of the building all the way out to the main is all PVC now, so.
So how much do we have to, if we line it, how much do we have to line? Just the sewer line there? Is
In
that
the-
the only one?
In the building, yeah. I talked to the lining company that was doing the rest of the stuff, and he said they don't do anything that small. Their company doesn't, but there is other ones that'll, they'll do an 1.5-inch pipe.
Is the school all done with what they were doing?
Yeah, they're actually digging theirs out and replacing it.
Okay. I didn't know if they were lining any of them or
No.
not.
But there's a company, I think in Sioux Falls, I know that does it. I think there's a couple others in the cities. So there's people out there that do that. I'm kind of waiting for the historical grant, being everything's intact yet. See what they'll cover first, and then if they don't, then we can look at lining it.
There's no way to get it done before things deteriorate more, and then have the grant kick in to help cover it once you fix
They
it.
won't pay for it retro.
No. Any state or federal grant, as soon as you start it, you're on your own. The only thing they'll let by is planning and engineering, because that has to be done to figure out what you need. So
Did we get water hooked up out to the museum yet?
no, not 100% sure.
That
They did
that
get
will
the
not get done until spring. I've been in touch with the county, and they know that it won't be able to get done till the spring.
Okay, good.
Which they were fine with it. It was just scheduling with the plumber and the digger, and that just came out just a couple days ago. And talked to the county already, and they were fine with the.
I wasn't sure because they did a lot of landscaping out there, and I wondered if they did it in cooperation with that. But
they're going to bore all that. So they'll bore a line from basically right in front of their main building there, all the way to the main over by the Dairy Queen.
Okay.
So they can do a run that long. So there, you really won't have any landscaping being disturbed during the process. Just where, if they have to turn and go a different direction or put a T in, I think they'll have to hook that all up in a trench. But everything's been approved. I think the approval letter came in like Monday or Tuesday last week. So they just got approved by the state. So that's probably why they're waiting now, because I think the weather's supposed to be nice for decent next week, and then it's supposed to get cold. So.
And with our ARPA money, that's just a simple in and simple out that we'll budget for.
Shane, out where the residents bring leaves and stuff, it's kind of a hole there, because you're always pushing. Could we put some of the recycled dirt there to level it up so it's not a mud hole?
You have to put clay in there. Clay is the only thing you can really put in there, otherwise it turns into a big mud hole.
Yep.
It doesn't stick around and then just washes down in the field. So when we...
Some of the street water, dirt go in there, huh?
How about some of the crushed cement we can just move across? Just kidding.
Start laying sidewalk sections in there.
Sure, what the heck?
Oh, there you go. There's nothing out there. We can pave that thing.
Put up a couple of bollards.
All right, now we're getting silly. Anything else?
No, as long, anybody else have anything, or should we have a motion to adjourn?
George already made it, I'll second it.
Oh, well, there you go. All those in favor?
Aye.
I didn't hear you.
George made it about 7 o'clock.
Look at,
I was doing that for Tara.
I don't know why I'm hearing things that this goes so.
Well, he asked too many questions. That's it.
Yeah, I know, and he's whining.
We talked